Welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of our Pokemon Crystal Randomized Nuzlocke Item Lock. If this is your first time checking out the Item Lock, here are the rules. It is essentially the same thing as your typical Randomized Nuzlocke. If a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead. You can no longer use it, except we have added the caveat that we are not allowed to buy items. There's one exception to this rule in that when I beat a gym, I allow myself to buy 2 items that I must buy from that gym in that town. We also made a tweak to the rule of catching the first encounter. Due to the fact that we will have such limited Pokeballs and chances to catch Pokemon, I am allowed to still only catch 1 Pokemon per route, but I can make the attempt at any Pokemon I see, so I do not have to go for the first Pokemon on the route. Other than that, it's the same as any other Nuzlocke that you have seen. Now for a quick team recap before we check in. The highlight of the last video, if you saw it or if you didn't, was that we caught us a Mewtwo. We also found a Master Ball, and that helped us lock this baby down. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But we have Dose, the Mewtwo, who is currently level 9. We have our egg, which I'm still excited to see what that is. We have Tidal Wave, the Poliwhirl, coming in at level 18. And we have still our starter, Bulba. Where'd he go? Bulba, where you at? Bulba must be all the way at the top. And we also have Bulba, our Ivysaur, who is coming in at level 18, holding the Miracle Seed, giving him a Grass-type boost. So today we're going to start off this episode by coming through this Union Cave, and then we're going to see where we get on the other side of that. So hopefully we find a couple items. I'm not convinced that it's essential that I make a catch. That's a Nidoking, and that thing looks sweet. No, not a Nidoking. Rhydon. That's a Rhydon, and that thing looks sweet. Oh yes, I also am going to put our Mewtwo out front because he's quite a bit lower level than the rest of our team, and our team is honestly a little too strong right now. They're just rolling everything. As you saw, things are still level 6 in this cage, which shocks me. I expected things to be much stronger here. So we're going to throw out Dose and see if we can't have some reasonably difficult battles here. So, let's see what we got. A Soda Pop. I believe that's a healing item, so that will certainly come in handy. And I'm excited to fight a couple trainers here, build up this Mewtwo, and potentially have a couple of close battles here as we start to see stronger trainers, is my hope. If you are for some reason just joining us for the first time on this one, we've had a little bit too easy of a time so far, as we've just been at really high levels, it's felt like. But I haven't gone out of my way to do that. Okay, level 11, now we're catching up. We're going to start seeing some trainers that are doing well for themselves, and hopefully start to get to a point where we can be challenged by these trainers. So, how I invented this item lock was I am a big fan of watching other PokeTubers play randomized Nuzlocks. I think they're a crazy fun way to watch, and each time is a new experience. But I wanted to add a little bit of a tweak just to keep it more interesting, and also to make it a bit more challenging. If you watch Shady Penguin, he does what's called a Shady Lock, and he allows himself to only go to the Pokemon Center a very limited amount of times. Wonderful content. Shady Penguin's an amazing YouTuber if you haven't checked him out. And so, I sort of took inspiration from that and said, okay, what if instead of that, almost any time you watch a Nuzlocke, you see someone get into some situation where they just have to spam potions to get out of a battle that puts them in trouble. And so I said, what if I take that concept, but instead of using it with Pokecenters, use it to items? And so the item lock was born, and we're coming at you here for the first time. No one else that I know of has ever done this, and so we're coming at you with the item lock for the first time. You'll also notice that this is my first series, so I'm learning. I'm open to feedback. I think I've already gotten better. If you watch the first 2 videos, the audio was really bad because the internal music, I didn't realize, was just crazy loud. So you can't hear me? No. No. Oh my gosh. That about gave me a heart attack. Ooh, wow. Okay. Well, I don't even remember what the heck I was saying. Literally couldn't tell you what the heck I was saying. No, we're not going to change Pokemon. We're going to keep Ghost out there to get stronger. Wow, that was absolutely horrifying. Luckily, that thing was level 4, and not at like an even level than me. Wow, 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 wow. Anyway, yes, I remember now what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm open to feedback. I know my videos are not the best. My first 2 videos that I came out with, I know the audio is just really bad. One of my things I would like to do eventually is buy a microphone. So that will be step 1 in creating better content as far as the quality of video and audio goes. Hopefully I will continue to get better at speaking and get better at entertaining, and because I'm enjoying it right now, I'm really having fun. My goal for this channel is to stay committed for 1 year and upload 2 videos a week for 1 year solid without missing a day. So, as you can see on the screen, every Tuesday and Thursday we're going to be hitting you with a new video for as long as this series goes, and then as soon as this one ends, we will jump to another series. So, that's a little bit of background and intro here. I hope you enjoy this video. We're going to get through the Union Cave, I'm confident. And then, after that, I don't know where we're going to come out on the other side. It's been a long time since I played Crystal. And I remember this cave, and I think it takes us straight to a city. But I definitely do not remember what the heck that city is. So, we're going to wreck this Odyssey. We're going to keep rolling through this cave. And hopefully we're going to find a gym to battle. Hopefully somebody with a bit of a challenge. I definitely don't want to lose, but, you know, the best moments in Pokemon content is when crazy things happen, or you just have the most insane matchups. This might be a bad matchup, actually, since it's a bug type. But I think we'll have enough of a level advantage. Yeah, C's still level 6. I'm shocked at how long the levels stay below 10 in this video. I mean, we've already beaten a gym, and this is like our 3rd area that we're kind of trudging through here. And yet, the Pokemon are still crazy weak. Do I also... Never mind. Flamed out Pyromancer guy sent some money to Mom because we don't really have the ability to buy items very often. So money isn't really going to do us much good. Paralyzed Cure Berry, sure, maybe come in handy. Would have been better if it was a healing item, but whatever. Yes, I'm absolutely going to fight this thing because Chansey will give us a ton of experience, I think. And I would definitely still like to get Mewtwo up to... I'd like to get him caught up to our other Pokemon. So around 16, 17, somewhere in there would be a nice place. So if he was even, you know, 15 by the time we got to our next gym, I would feel confident about that, because Mewtwo is just such a strong Mon anyway that it's crazy. So, we're going to destroy this Chansey real quick, and then we will keep trekking along. I was also thinking the other day, I play a little Pokemon Go once in a while, and it was Suicune Raid Weekend. I unfortunately did not get to go play that. But Suicune, as a legendary, it really has just grown on me more and more all the time. Now that I'm playing Crystal, and he's just a cool, like, feels mysterious Pokemon to me. Oh, there's an item, let's grab that. And I think, as I was thinking about it, it might be my favorite legendary. You know, it's older, it's super cool, so it has that nostalgia feel. Let's see. I don't remember. I think the exit is actually right over here. But anyway, Suicune has really grown on me as a legendary. So, I'm curious what your favorite legendaries are. I think Suicune is probably my favorite. We are getting up there. There are quite a few of them now. But I also love not so much the Pokemon themselves, Kyogre and Groudon and Rayquaza. But, I mean, those are good. I like them. But I really like the balance of those 3, and the story on Emerald is an amazing one. I love it. Yes, there's the exit. I am going to go backtrack and get this item, though, before we leave. So, let me know what your favorite legendary is, why it's your favorite legendary, and if you agree or disagree that Suicune is the coolest legendary of them all. It's okay if you disagree, but you'd be wrong, so it's okay to be wrong. Anyway, I love Suicune. What some of my other favorite Pokemon are, Hydreigon is one of my favorite, just regular Pokemon, and it's not a bad Pokemon. I think it's certainly not a top-tier competitive Pokemon, but I would say it's usable. I think on Pokemon Showdown it's like UU right now, if you're very familiar with the tier systems. Love playing some Pokemon Showdown. Definitely considering for my next series, depending on how long this one goes, getting into some Pokemon Showdown again. I would like to kind of shake off some of the rust. I got into it pretty heavily for a while and played it very consistently for a little bit, and so I got pretty decent. But it's been a while, and so I'd like to shake off some of that rust before the new Pokemon come out in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think Sword and Shield is going to be really cool. I mean, I'm definitely disappointed that all the Pokemon are not coming, but at the same time, like, it's a new game with new Pokemon coming and some cool new features. So I am excited for it. I don't know if I will buy it on the primary market and give money to Nintendo without the national decks, but I will for sure at least buy it on the secondary market and play it eventually. But I will definitely like to play some Pokemon Showdown with some new Pokemon and see what kind of things we get from that. Shuckle, a very annoying, talk about Pokemon Showdown, a very annoying Pokemon to play against on Pokemon Showdown. And if it's built right and gets a good matchup, it can absolutely just be a bear and take 50 turns to destroy it. If you're not familiar with Pokemon Showdown, it is a simulator of competitive Pokemon play. So you get to build teams, or you can play random battles, and you essentially just do only the battling part of Pokemon. It doesn't have any storyline, no gameplay like that, but you just get to go out and practice battling like what we're doing here, but in a competitive environment, and it's really fun. So potentially think about throwing that on the channel after this. If not that, I would say the other thing that I'm kind of rolling around my brain in, if the ItemLocke receives any good feedback. I mean, right now I have so few videos that we're just not getting a lot of views, and that's totally expected and fine, but it will be a little bit hard to gauge whether or not people like the ItemLocke. But I'm considering just taking the ItemLocke to Pokemon Emerald. That one is probably my favorite game as far as just the story and the region. Probably Emerald's my favorite, so I may take it over there for the ItemLocke and do one of those. Or I may do a little Pokemon Showdown. We'll see how long this series goes, whether or not I'm tired of it. And I'm also considering for my next one, depending on whether or not this one ends up being too easy, I may revert to all the regular rules of a regular Nuzlocke, and mostly meaning about the first encounter rule. And so I'm considering next time playing the ItemLocke just like regular, but limiting myself to the first encounter. I think that would make it truly a good challenge. I didn't actually want to fight this guy, it's fine. We'll go ahead and give Mewtwo a little more experience. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you think it's too easy, is it too hard, is it just fair? I mean, right now we're a little over leveled, so it's kind of hard to gauge. But, I mean, you can always have a crazy scenario where you just run into the wrong Pokemon at the wrong time and get wrecked or lose 1 or 2 Pokemon. So eventually that will definitely happen to us, because you just don't play a lock where that doesn't happen. We're seeing a level 11 here. I think Confusion just did nothing. So we are going to roll out of here, switch over to Tidal Wave, throw him up there. Also, if you missed it last episode, we picked up an experience share, which will be awesome whenever that egg hatches, because that thing's going to come out at level 5, and so even if it's a super awesome Mon, at level 5 it's just not going to do much for us, and so we'll be able to just slap the old experience share on there and be on our way to a solid 4th Mon, and then we're really putting together a solid team here. So we have Grass and Poison and Ivysaur, we've got Water fighting in our Poliwhirl, and then we've got, obviously, our Psychic and Mewtwo. And so we've got some pretty decent coverage. I feel like we don't have any terrible matchups. I can't think of anything that would just really destroy us if it came in at a decent level. I think at this next place, we're just going to go straight to the gym, because we're already, Gengar is Ghost, so we will just stay in here with our Tidal Wave. I think we'll just go straight for the gym. I don't think we need to dilly-dally. I don't think we need to level anymore. We've already been absolutely cruising with no trouble at all through these trainers. And so I still want it to be a decent amount of a challenge. So we're just going to go straight for that gym. You can also see on your screen, I hope to build up the subscriber base of this channel a little bit. I mean, obviously only subscribe if you want to keep in touch with the content. Subscribing is just something you do when you enjoy someone's content, so only do that if you enjoy, and if not, totally okay. But I would like to give some bonuses as we grow this channel together. So, for the first, after we get 100 subs, right now we're at 0, if you are curious, but I definitely like setting goals and having a little vision. I think it helps me stay excited. Hopefully it will help us together stay excited. Mom, hi Blake, how are you? I found a useful item shopping, so I bought it with your money. Sorry, it's in your PC, you'll like it. Click. Now, I say I allow myself to get this item, because it's a free item. We're not paying for it. But anyway, after we get 100 subscribers, I will post a 1-hour video special, which will go in addition to the normal Tuesday, Thursday bonus. And then I'm also thinking about after that potentially throwing in like some cool Q&A answers after a certain amount of subs. But then eventually our long-term goal, if we can truly build this channel to be something that people enjoy, is at 10,000 subs I will buy/set up a face cam and we'll do a live Q&A. And then from that point on, every video will be just like you see all the real classic Pokemon or video gamers doing with my face up there on the screen. So I'm willing to put myself out there if people are interested in the content. I truly hope the channel grows to that point. I'm very excited about the potential of just having a YouTube channel. Let's grab this item. It's something to just be invested in, it's something to create. I think creating is a really cool thing. How do I find, let's see, maybe I'm in the wrong box. The Lake Species. But anyway, creating is just a really cool thing that we have the ability to do, and so I'm excited to have an outlet for some creativity, just like starting the item lock. I'm excited to get to share playing games that I have loved for most of my life with people, and so I really hope that it can grow, and if we can get to like that 10,000 subscriber mark, then it may become something sustainable that I can plan to do for a while. So, and she got us a super potion, so that's great. That will come in super helpful. But anyway, yeah, so those are some hopes and dreams for this channel. I don't necessarily have a timeline. I think timelines are hard when you're talking about something like YouTube. It's just hard to gauge how soon YouTube is going to promote your content. It's hard to gauge how soon people are going to view it and whether or not they're going to keep viewing it. And so I don't necessarily have any timeline other than I want to keep myself accountable to 1 year coming out 2 times a week and doing that consistently, because I started a YouTube channel in the past. I think we have to come up here and talk to this guy, and he's going to go to the little baby cave, and then we're going to go back to the baby cave, and then we will fight Team Rocket, and we'll come back, and then Team Rocket will be gone, and then we'll do all that. And so I think we can finish all that in this video, and then maybe take on the gym, and the next one would be a good timeline for us, I think. So we're going to follow Kurt to the cave. We're going to pick up this berry. But anyway, as I was saying, I actually started a gaming YouTube channel before, and I just wasn't committed. I got really discouraged really early on because I posted like 3 or 4 videos and probably got like 2 views on all 4 of the videos together. But still always loved the idea of creating YouTube content, and so I've just been in this kind of cycle of watching content about creating content on YouTube, and have just been encouraged that everyone starts off really small, and it's okay to start off really small, but you should just start. If you think you're gonna like it, just start and see how it goes. And so that's where this year-long commitment comes from. And if I do it for a year and put out 2 videos a week, and then still no one's watching, then I'll go ahead and give it up, and that'll be okay. But I will feel good at that point, even if it's a complete failure. I'll feel good about my effort, about choosing to be consistent with it, and that'll make me feel good. And with any luck, after a year, we'll have a few people watching, and it'll be fun, and we'll be hanging out together. So, that's all. Back to the game. So we're down here in this cave. Kurt kind of came through, and he at least got that first guy out of the way for us, which is great. But now he hurt his leg, so we have to do all the fighting. Currently in the story, in case you missed it on the screen, Team Rocket is stealing Slowpokes to cut off their tails and sell the tails. And obviously that's a bad thing, because Slowpokes are nice and Team Rocket is mean. So we're going to come down here and kick some Team Rocket butt. And then after that, the main reason we have to do that is so they will scram and stop guarding the door of the gym. And then we can be on our way and fight. I think in this one it would typically be the... No, we'll keep those over there. I think it would be the bug gym. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering right. But obviously, since we are randomized, it will not be a bug gym. So, that's fine. That's fine. Venusaur at level 9. Venusaur is a pretty cool mon. If our very first video, I understand if you didn't watch because the audio was so bad, but our options for starters were a Bulbasaur and a Squirtle, crazy, 2 of the original starters, and also a Togepi. So, I mean, I didn't feel like the Togepi was a viable option, and if I was just choosing for the Pokemon that I would have personally wanted, I would have chosen the Squirtle, but I just know that overall, 2 reasons. Venusaur just overall is the stronger competitive Pokemon. Blastoise kind of has a cool niche and can be good, but overall, I know Venusaur is the smarter choice. And I also, secondary reason for choosing him, is that I knew early on he would get Sleep Powder, and that would make our catch rates for Pokemon go up much higher. And so, since we're only going to have, I mean by the end of this, after buying balls and everything, we may only end up with, for the entire game, 15, maybe 20 balls for the entire game. And so, having a high catch rate was really going to be essential for us. And so, that's where that decision to take the Bulbasaur over the Squirtle was. And, I mean, Togepi I just didn't feel like would actually be viable. Let me know what you would have picked and why you would have picked it. I definitely like Blastoise more just from a coolness factor. Recently Blastoise has grown on me as I think has become my favorite Gen 1 starter. I think for a long time I would have said Charizard. But it's just really growing on me. Like the Blasters is really cool. The fact that he's a turtle is pretty awesome. And I don't know, it's just cool, man. I just think it's cool. Now has access to like Dark Pulse in newer games, and he's just a cool Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, I like all of the Gen 1 starters, but I think Blastoise might be my favorite now. Which is your favorite? And I guess you could throw in Pikachu if you want. If you play Pokemon Yellow, interestingly enough, you actually don't get a choice of a starter. It essentially starts you the way that Ash started the anime, and you get there and you just get one Pokemon, and it's a Pikachu. So one time I played just for a little bit like a randomized version of that, and then once I got into it, I realized, wow, I'm not gonna get a pick. And I think in that one I had like a Nidoran. I can't remember. I think it was a female Nidoran, which was pretty cool. But not getting to choose was definitely a little bit wild for me. 2 Butterfrees in this. So now in this Rocket Lair, Butterfrees are all about it. I think one of the reasons I enjoy playing randomized Pokemon so much is that it feels a lot more authentic in the Pokemon world. Like, if you were in the Pokemon world and you legitimately went through this huge layer of trainers for Team Rocket, you wouldn't run into like 100 Rattatas and 48 Zubats. Like, they would just kind of have all-around stuff. And I mean, yes, sure, it would be regional, but at the same time, it's like there would still be some variety there. Magmar's pretty cool. And so I just think it like really makes it feel authentic, and just the fact that you literally have no idea what you're gonna run into. Like some random like schoolgirl could have a Zapdos, and you would just be like, holy cow, that's a Zapdos. Shout out back to our episode 2 where the gym leader actually had a Zapdos, and it was actually pretty challenging, even though we were like 6 levels too strong at the time, which wasn't intentional, it just kind of happened. Even though we're like 6 levels too high, it actually was still a challenge because our matchups were just not great, because all we had at the time was our Bulbasaur and our Poliwhirl, and so obviously Poliwhirl wasn't getting thrown out there because of a big Thunder Electric attack, but at the same time, Zapdos had Peck, which is a flying move, which really hurt our Bulbasaur a lot. So luckily, if you weren't, I won't make you go back and watch it just because I know, again, audio is not good. I want to keep improving that so that all videos are good. But anyway, we were able to put it to sleep, heal up, attack it. We perfectly guessed the time to do our second sleep powder and put it back to sleep for a second time after just one attack, and it was just perfect. Played it perfectly, felt really good about it. Was glad to have a little bit of a challenge at that time. And luckily, we're definitely getting some levels back up here. So I'm assuming that this gym leader is going to be right about at the perfect level for us, and then we won't really need to do any grinding, which will be great. Okay. Let's go ahead and take on this Psyduck, and I think this is our last guy. I think this is our last guy to take care of here. Okay, Psyduck is down. You did okay today, but wait till next time. Blake got 560 Poké-Dollars for winning, and we sent some to Mother. Yeah, Team Marco was broken up 3 years ago, but we continued our activities underground. Now you can have fun watching us stir up trouble. And then Kurt will come and he'll say, oh, my leg feels better. Wow, thanks Kurt. Thanks for relying on a 10-year-old boy. If you actually think about that context of this little storyline here, it's really funny. So he says, Team Rocket has taken off. My back's better too. Let's get out of here. It's going to take me back to his little hut, Azalea Town. Let's talk to him and see what he's got for us. The Slowpoke my dad gave me came back. Its tail is growing back too. Oh good, their tails grow back, so that's good to know. You handle yourself like a real hero at the well. I like your style. I would be honored to make balls for a trainer like you. This is all I have now, but take it. We received the lure ball. I'm not going to allow myself to continue to create balls using Kurt. I think that seems a little unfair and outside of the spirit of the item lock, so I'm not going to bring him any apricorns. No, we're not going to do that. We will take the lure ball he has. That's great. But we're not going to do that anymore. And now we have access to the gym. So, I would like to go ahead and keep this video at 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and run in here. We'll go heal up, and then we'll face at least this first trainer. And maybe we'll just face all the trainers except the gym leader, depending on our timeline here and how fast it goes. And then we will save our gym leader, most likely, for episode 5. I believe this is episode 4 coming at you, so that'll be for episode 5. And I think we're making pretty good pace. I mean, if we hit a gym every other video, or close to it, that'll be pretty good. That'll be pretty good for us. I think eventually we'll slow down because I feel like there are some more difficult caves and things like that ahead. So this is Amy. Hi, are you challenging the leader? No way! So, yeah, definitely confident that this is the classic bug leader. So Senior and Junior Cam and Allie want to battle. Senior and Junior Cam and Allie sent out Pichu. Hi, Pichu. Okay, go, dos. Okay, we're gonna use Confusion. Go ahead, go ahead. This should wreck it. If the first Pokemon we see is a level 10, I'm hoping that means that the trainers, or the gym leaders rather, first Pokemon is like at least like 13 or 14. That should be reasonable. We're gonna skip as many trainers as we can just because I'm really tired of leveling up and being over leveled. We are hoping for a good competitive battle here. And so we're gonna skip as many trainers as we can. See, like we just O-code, I mean it sure was a crit, but we just O-code that Spiro, and it's just not, it's not a challenge yet. I think eventually we're gonna get there, but maybe the early game of this one is just really easy, and maybe it's just easy. I mean, we haven't even had a Mewtwo the whole time, so I can't even say it's easy just because of that. Oh shoot, maybe we should have went the other way. Anyway, 2 more trainers to get to the leader. So we're gonna roll over these guys real fast, hopefully. And then hopefully that gym leader is, like we said, a challenge. So, was a bug catcher, but now he's a ghost rider. She, Sonia apparently. Ghost rider Sonia sent out a coughing. This is a single Pokemon trainer with a level 13 Pokemon. That means if I had to guess this gym leader's Pokemon, so probably have 2 or 3. And I'm gonna guess they're gonna be like level 13, 14, and 16, or something like that, if this solo guy has just a level 13. Get 157 experience points, that's great. And 1 Pokemon trainers are nice, because you get in there, get your experience, and get out, and that's really great. Let's see, will he let me? I meant to see if I could, like, juke him out, but I think he was going to make me fight him no matter what. Okay. Going on. Okay. Ghost Rider Bob wants to battle. Ghost Rider Bob sends out a Mantine. Pretty cool. And actually, as I'm looking at our timeline here, we're at about 28 minutes. And if we roll through this, based on how easy it's been, I'd say we just go ahead and get this gym battle in on this episode. And then I'll probably put that up as like the thumbnail, is that we're fighting this gym leader. And then we'll roll from there. He's about to use a Lickitung. Maybe not. Since he has 2 more, I think we'll be like right at 30 minutes. So we'll probably just save that gym leader for the next one, I'm thinking. So, I'm wondering how you guys found this episode, because at the time of recording, nobody is watching these videos. It's very hard. I've learned, or I've heard at least, that YouTube, the algorithm won't necessarily show your content until you prove that you have a little bit of a content base. So I'm hopeful that as I remain consistent, as I continue the grind of putting out 2 videos a week every single Tuesday and Thursday, with the plan of bringing them to you at 8 a.m. those days so you can find them as soon as you want, that once we get this content base built up a little bit, that we'll get some help from the algorithm here, and we'll get rolling and hopefully get a few people's eyes on them, and so that way I can get some feedback, because right now I'm definitely needing some feedback, definitely needing a little help in what you guys want. And we're almost right at 30 minutes, so thank you guys for coming today and hanging out. This next video will be up on a Tuesday, episode 5. I mean, this video that you're watching now is coming out on Thursday. And so thank you for coming. Hope you had a good time. Next time we'll be taking on this gym leader and we'll be getting right into it. So have a great day and thanks for stopping by.